I just started recording, so we officially are started. Um, and since it's not an extra credit one, it's up to you if you want to hit be on the camera or not. I like it, and it's nice to see people, but if you don't want to for some reason, that's not a big deal. So I'll tell you everything what's going on here. First of all, today's Cyber Monday. I don't know if you guys know the history of Cyber Monday, but it used to be, you guys know Black Friday. It used to be back in the day when people did most of their shopping in stores. Black Friday was a big deal because people would have Thanksgiving and then they get up early Friday morning and they'd go to the stores and there were big long lines and there were great sales and people would stay out all night. And that was Black Friday. Then what happened was when the internet came out, people started shopping online. For about the first 10 years or so, people getting the web, most people had very poor connection at home. So they'd wait till Monday when they would get to work where they had much better internet. And without anyone planning it, all these online retailers started realizing they were getting a lot of sales on the Monday after they started their sales for that weekend. And they started calling it Cyber Monday. So that started because of that. And now, of course, a lot of people got better internet at home, so they don't have to wait till Monday to go to work to do their online shopping. And probably a lot of jobs don't want you to do online shopping at work. But either way, that's the little bit of the history of Cyber Monday. And I just noticed myself because I follow a lot of electronic prices and stuff. Yeah, sometimes there's some little better than normal deals on either the Cyber Monday or Black Friday. But a lot of times it's the same sale prices you see a lot. And from what I've read, people who study these things, a lot of times you get your better deals closer to Christmas. So if you're in the market for something, keep your eyes out. You never know when a good deal is going to pop up. Okay, without further ado, I am at school. It's very, very quiet here today, but I plan to be here 2, 3 days a week, and I'll usually put those in Google Classroom. There's one student right now working in the lab, so any of you are welcome to come in anytime when I'm here and work in the lab. Now, some people just like the lab to work. They don't necessarily have to see me. Other people need some help, and oftentimes even just a few minutes of help on Excel or PowerPoint or Word can make a huge difference. Students who are stuck in whatever reason they didn't get it from the tutorial, oftentimes I show them a few things and they're like, wow, that was really, really easy. And I say, yep, it's really, really easy. So, yeah, nothing we're doing is all that hard. Which brings us to what are we doing this week? So I'm going to go ahead here and share a screen. And, shared the wrong one. Okay, just a second here. I'm going to share a different screen. This one. There we go. Okay. I guess I did have the right one. I had another one open in front of it on my computer. Okay, so all of you should be able to see our computer lit. Now this time slot at noon is officially for fourth block, but I invite all the classes to either session. Just to review here, the time slots are required. Since hybrid went virtual, we're required on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday to do something online in these 2 time slots. So what I decided to do is, since the second block time slots at 9:30, sometimes people in second block have a conflict. Not a big deal if they come to noon. Oh, by the way, go into this chat and put a hello or hi or something. That's what I use for the attendance. And then for the noon one right now is primarily for fourth block, but anyone can attend. And also I have my virtual class, which I tell them they can go to either one. Typically what I'm going to do here, I posted what's going to be the next 3 weeks. On Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to go over the assignments. Monday, I kick off the assignments. I briefly go over them, which I'm going to do here in just a moment. And on Thursday, I review a little bit if there's some questions, if there's problems, anything that came up, if a modification is needed, I'll go over that on Thursday. On Tuesday and Friday, I'll be here on these same time slots, but it's more like office hours. I don't have anything planned I'm going to cover. It's more like if you got a problem or a question, you can come meet me online at that time. If you don't, that's okay, not a big deal. And you can always email me or contact me at other times. I just don't use Zoom as a platform for teaching. If I need to do a lesson, a video lesson on Excel, I just make one. And by the way, the one this week was one I made last spring when we first went all, virtual. There's really no point in me making a second one when it's the same assignment and the same thing, so I may as well just use it again. So, and Wednesday there's no Zoom meetings, and I think that's for everybody. Typically, I'm going to come in here on usually Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, but, always if I haven't posted it on Google Classroom, check with me. In case you're coming in. And this is always going to be my link info. Okay, I will post it frequently, but it's always going to be the same. Which brings us to what's going on now. Okay, so for this week, we only got 3 weeks here between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's not too bad. We'll make it. We got some more Excel stuff I'm going to go over, and a couple more internet-related things, which are pretty easy. So it's actually, in my view, a really easy week. First, this here is not an assignment. What is that, Mr. Rio? In Google Classroom, they have something called materials. I can just post something like I did up here that's informational or a resource you might need or find helpful. So what did I put here? I put the Excel notes. These are the basic notes of what you need to know for Excel. A lot of this stuff I've already talked about. I talked about what spreadsheets, worksheets are. It's the same term used for both. If you hear me say spreadsheet or worksheet, same thing. Spreadsheets are used in a lot of different areas. And also one thing we haven't covered yet is charting. That's going to come up next week. If you ever hear me make reference to a label is the text in a spreadsheet document that says what the numbers mean. If I put a list of numbers and I didn't put any text around it, you wouldn't know what it is. Is that dollar amounts? Is that hourly pay? Is that grade point averages? I mean, what are they? So that's why you label that. Formulas always start with an equal sign. And functions are a type of formula. That's what two types of formulas. Simple ones, like your add, subtract, multiply, divide. And then you got your more complex ones that are like sum, average, count, max, min, and if. So you're going to be, the ones we haven't covered yet of these, we're going to be getting into this week. Operators. Operators are the little symbols we use in mathematics. The plus and minus are the same for math class. The multiplication, division are a little bit different. The multiplication is an asterisk, as you guys probably know by now. And division, which we haven't really done yet in here in Excel, is a backslash. Okay. So a typical, now formulas in Excel, as far as I know, always have a cell reference. If you were just going to say like 5 plus 5, it's like, why bother? You have 5 plus A7 or A7 plus 5. Okay, so you always have a cell reference in there. A workbook, as you guys probably remember, is the entire file. So for example, this week you're going to make one new Excel workbook. So when you make a new Excel file, it's a workbook. And then you're going to make, I believe there's 5 sheets this week. Okay, so you're going to make a new sheet for each one. And you guys know cell address. That's like an A7 or B3 or something like that. This is the functions we'll be going over. And you guys know a range is always the top left to the bottom right, separated by a colon. Now, we're also going to be getting into what's called an if function. That's a very unique type of function. It's more complex. I'm going to use Thursday to go over the if function. I think some people might need a little more help on that. So if there's people show up Thursday, I'll probably go over the if function. Charting and graphs we're not going to cover till next week, so I'm not going to even talk about it. But these are your basic Excel notes. I also put up here, this is just a standalone little video about formulas and functions. It's only 12 minutes long. So a lot of times with these lessons, it's good just to stop and just take a look at something, looking at the, the bigger picture. And also, you're always welcome, like with Excel, with the basics, to just go look for your own tutorials that cover the basics. So they have a whole lot of them out there. Now, your main Excel assignment this week, that wasn't an assignment. That was just information for you. Your main assignment is your second workbook. Now, if you made 2 workbooks before, you can call this one workbook 2. If you already called one workbook 2, you can call it workbook 2B or something like that. But you're going to put all of your assignments in here. Now, last time I made a separate PDF for each one. This time I put them all in one PDF. So if you open this here up, this is the information for your first sheet. Now, this doesn't have the totals in here. That'll come, yeah, watch a tutorial for that. Okay, then you're going to make a second sheet. So you click the little plus and make a second sheet for the temperatures. And then you're going to make a third sheet for sales volume. I'm not sure why this is over here. Then you're going to make a fourth sheet for how many miles is it from Miami, Florida to all these different cities. Then you're going to make a fifth sheet. This is going to be a harder one. This is going to involve something called the if function. Now, you notice in none of these here do I tell you where to begin. If you begin somewhere in the top left. Now, does that mean you got to start in A1? You could, but in some cases you might not. When you see something like this, you know that's Emergent Center. You would start it like over here, either in A1 or A2 or something, and then you put in bank account, and then when you put all this info in, you would drag across and do Emergent Center, and do the same thing with summary. When you see something like this, you know that's a row you're going to leave empty. Then you have one row here. Now in this row here, these are columns. Okay, you have a count, you have a beginning, then you have nothing, and then an ending. Then you go here and you do number, balance, deposits, drafts, balance, skip a row, and then put these in. Now, as you also remember, when you first type in these numbers here, just type like 5863 and then later come across after you type them all in, select all of them, and do a currency formatting. That should all be reviewed. And you skip a row, put in total, and the tutorial will take you through doing that. This here, same thing. You do just put it in, do some merges. All that, you should know how to do all that other stuff. Okay, so you got a total, I think there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're all going to be in one workbook, but you're going to make 5 of them. So what I would do, I would go through and just rough type in all your stuff. And then, go through a tutorial. And the tutorial I made last spring, but it's easy. And just do them one at a time. If you want to sit and knock out the whole book, probably take you an hour or so. If you want to just do a few at a time, you could break it up a little bit. That's fine. And it doesn't matter if your stuff is in the exact same rows as mine. Does that make sense? Okay, so if I started in row 1 and you started in row 2, not a big deal. As long as you spread things out the same, that's fine. Okay, now what else is here? You got the actual tutorial I made. It takes you through it. These two are just the same thing I put up here. After I put them here, I realized, some people might want to come back to this for other stuff we may do. Or just to remember, this is not necessarily part of this lesson. So I left it here in case you never look up here. But this is the exact same I went over up here. So I just put in 2 places. Some helpful information. So that's the Excel for the week. Like I said, if you take your time, probably take you an hour or so. And it's only 1 workbook and 5 worksheets. And the trickiest one is going to be the if function, which I'll wait till Thursday to go over in more detail. But you can easily figure that out or even look it up yourself a little more online. The other functions are quite simple. Now here, we just got a real easy video here. Actually, a couple of videos. We got 4 videos. They're short, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes. And it's about being safe online. So there's an assignment that goes with it. Not hard, probably take you half an hour to do that. So that's being safe online. Then the last one here, this is Google search, 12 Google search tricks and you should know. So just learn some more about Google search tips, and there's a little assignment to go with that. And the more you learn about search, the more time it can save you trying to find information that you want or need, especially if you're college bound. It's really good. The more you can learn about searching, the better. So that's all there is new for this week. It's not too hard. If any of you got questions, you can unmute and ask, or I'll check in the chat here and see if there's any questions in the chat. Got all my hellos in here. Got a nice group turned out today. Stay caught up if you're behind. If it's relatively new, like in the last 2 weeks, not a big deal. Just get it in as quick as you can. If it starts getting much older than that, you need to be in touch with me because it can make a big difference in how much credit I give you. Okay, when it starts getting 2, 3, 4 weeks old, I don't have to give any credit. But I'm open to giving credit, in some cases full credit, for people that work with me to catch up. So if you're behind and you're playing catch up, make sure you email me, text me. Even if you just say up front, Mr. Rio, I had a couple bad weeks. I just want to make up for it and get caught up. That's going to be, you know, more impressive to me than ignoring it. Okay. And there's not a lot of time left. There's only 3 weeks now. We'll come back after break. There'll be, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we'll be done after that. So it's going to go fast. We're going to, one more week of Excel after this week. We'll do charting. We'll keep doing internet topics. We have a variety. There's so many things with the internet we can cover. So we'll be doing more internet stuff. And depending on the time left, there's always plenty of topics I have to cover. So, okay. So I'm glad all of you came and joined me today. And I don't know if any, I'm going to click a different view here. I'm going to quit sharing this here. I'm going to click a view so I can see many of your smiling faces, or some of your smiling faces. Anyone got any questions or comments, or everyone doing okay? There are the Cyber Monday deals out there, you know, grab someone's credit card and go shopping. No, it's a joke. Don't do that with someone else's credit card unless they told you that you can. Like I said, a lot of the deals, just keep your eyes and ears open. Might get better deals, you know, gets closer to Christmas. Okay, well, I'm here at school, and you can text or email anytime if you ever want to come in and work here. If I either come on days I tell you when I'm going to be here, or check with me just to make sure. Okay? Okay, have a great day. Stay caught up. You know, it's all the due dates go between now and Friday, so sooner you get to work, sooner you get things done, the less you have to worry about later in the week. So, okay, have a good day. If you can wave, if you're on a camera, or if you want to say goodbye in the chat, that'd be okay too if you want. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Take care.
Bye, Mr. Rio.
See ya. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Yep, take care. I miss having my classes in person. Yep, take care, Brendan.